Alright. So, I watched the new trailer for Raya and the Last Dragon, and I hope you did too, because it was awesome. Raya looks freaking badass, the world looks absolutely beautiful. We finally got to see and hear some of the side characters who are great and funny. And oh my god, that sword, it freaking turned into a whip and she was just owning people left and right. But one thing that was suspiciously absent from this trailer was the movie's villain. And that's what I want to talk about today, because I think I might have figured out how the movie is going to end. Okay, you might be a little bit confused about this because we quite clearly do see a bad guy in this trailer. We see Raya fighting this character multiple times even. And yes, that is absolutely correct. This character is called Namari and she is the main antagonist of the film. In the trailer, we see Namari trailing and confronting Raya, and like I said, we even see the two of them fighting a couple of times. We know that Namari, like Raya, is trying to find the last dragon, so the two of them are obviously at odds. But I don't think that necessarily makes her evil. Bear with me for a sec, because if we really want to understand all of this, we have to back up a bit and start at the beginning. The movie Raya and the Last Dragon takes place in the fantasy world of Kumandra, a world which is split into 5 different lands. Kind of like Disneyland, actually. The 5 lands of Kumandra are Heart, Talon, Tail, Spine, and Fang. Once upon a time, the humans of Kumandra lived in harmony with the dragons. But when an evil force attacked, the dragons sacrificed themselves in order to save humanity. So the humans survive, but the dragons are gone, and all that's left of them is the dragon gem. Now, we don't exactly know what the dragon gem is and what it does. All we really know about it is that it apparently needs to be guarded, and Raya has trained her entire life to become one of these guardians of the dragon gem. What we've now had confirmed in this trailer is that Raya's father, the chief of Kumandra's heartland, is the guardian of the gem that Raya is fighting in the first trailer. So when Raya breaks in and tries to get past him, that is probably just part of her training. But anyways, we know that Raya's father is the guardian of the dragon gem, and he's the chief of the heartland. Naturally, with the heartland being the keepers of the dragon gem, that gives them a certain power. And the other lands of Kumandra are probably not too happy about the heartland having that power. Like, why should the heartland have the gem? Who put them in charge? Why couldn't one of the other lands keep the gem? So the people of one of these other lands plan a sort of heist to try to steal the dragon gem for themselves. If we look closely in the second trailer, we can see at one point that Raya's father is fighting a group of people who are wearing the same kinds of clothes as Namari's clan, the people of the Fangland. So a group of people from the Fangland are trying to steal the dragon gem, but they are met by Raya's father, who tries to fight them off. However, my bet is that this probably ends with Raya's father dying, which is why we see this statue of him in the trailer. And the dragon gem, I think, breaks, which is why we see everyone running around with these glowing shards throughout the trailer. Hey, Martin from the future here. So, I've been working on this video for a few days, and while I'm sitting here editing the video, Disney released their Super Bowl ad for Raya and the Last Dragon. And in this Super Bowl ad, we actually see a group of people fighting for the dragon gem and it smashing on the floor. So yeah, I was kind of right. Yeah, I just thought I needed to mention that. Back to the video now. But that's only the beginning, because if you watched my last video on Raya, you might remember that we briefly talked about something called the Druun. The Druun is that aforementioned evil force that the dragons sacrifice themselves to stop, and I think that's where the dragon gem comes into play. I think the dragon gem is what has kept the Druun at bay, or maybe the Druun has even been captured inside the gem. So when the gem shatters, the Druun break free. Raya's quest in the film is then to collect all of these shards again, and with the help of the last dragon, Sisu, defeat the Druun and bring back peace to Kumandra. But that, it turns out, is not really what needs to happen to bring peace to Kumandra. No, you see, in the 500 years between the dragons sacrificing themselves and the events of this movie, The different lands of Kumandra have fallen out with each other. They no longer trust each other, and that is really what is causing unrest in Kumandra. So the real objective is actually for the different lands to make peace with each other. All 5 lands need to come together, and I think that's what Raya's team is really going to be a representation of. Raya is obviously from the Heartland, Noi is probably from the Talonland, Boone is most likely from Tail, and Tong is from the Spineland. But that of course leaves one land, Fang. And I guarantee you that the character who's going to be the representative of the Fangland is going to be Namari. Yes, I think Namari is going to be the final member of the Fellowship of Butt-Kickery, and only when she joins will they be able to defeat the Druun. Raya and Namari obviously don't like each other, and they've known each other for a long time. In a blink and you'll miss it moment, we actually see young Raya and Namari fighting each other in the Dragon Gem Temple. If Namari is there when Raya's father is killed, it seems very likely that Raya somewhat blames Namari for her father's death. But they eventually need to put the differences aside, forgive each other, and come together. Like the thing we hear Raya's father say, which is later reiterated by Sisu, one of them just has to take the first step. So that is pretty much how I think the film is going to end. Namari will end up joining Raya's team and help defeating the Druun. But what is the Druun? How do they look? That's another thing we don't really know yet. I suppose our best look at them yet comes from Raya's scroll, where they basically just look like purple flames. We also get 2 shots in this trailer of what I assume are the Druun's powers in action, but that's pretty much it. Now, I think it's possible that the Druun isn't actually a separate creature. It might in fact be some sort of sickness that infects either humans or the dragons and turns them into monsters, kinda like what happened to Te Fiti in Moana when Maui stole her heart. But whether or not that is the case, we'll have to see when the film comes out, which it does on March 5th. But what do you think? Are we onto something here, and are you excited to see the film? Let me know in the comments down below. And while you're down there, why not leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos from me. But that's pretty much all I had for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care and so long.